I'm Gary Parker, owner of the Wine Cellar Brasserie here in San Diego, California, and I'm with today
Myers McDougall, sommelier for the brasserie, and Mr. Parker, you got a little Pauillac here?
Boy, it's not a little Pauillac, it's a pretty good sized Pauillac. You know, historically, Pauillac wines have always been one of the more gentle of all of the Bordeaux appellations. You know, they're usually noted for silky textures and having, you know, medium bodies at best. But in the last 15-20 years, a lot of the Bordeaux have extracted their grapes more. They're selecting them out and taking the lighter ones and putting them in different labels. And so you're finding Bordeaux that have more of a California Cabernet kind of a character to them than we have in the last 15-20 years prior. The reason I bring that up is because this is a perfect example of something like that. This is from Chateau Pichon-Longueville. And Chateau Pichon-Longueville is the second growth in France, the classification of 1855. And this happens to be their second label. The first label of Pichon-Longueville is, in the last 10-15 years, has made a comeback, and they are hot. And they're probably producing one of the top 10-15 wines in all of the Pauillac region now.
Excellent. You're a big collector of Bordeaux as well, so.
I have been. I've been drinking a lot more than I've been collecting recently.
That's a good thing, I think.
Well, you know, the franc versus the dollars has made things more difficult for a guy like me. And then opening up markets like in China and stuff like that, where these people are just buying a name and it raises the price of the wine. So
the second labels are a great way to look for excellent quality Bordeaux.
To get the essence, exactly. To get the essence of the original Chateau. This is like having a Pichon-Longueville, you know, without having to pay the big bucks for it.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, beautiful dark color. You can't even see through the wine. It's almost opaque. Oh, boy, is that beautiful.
Yeah.
That is, you can smell the wood, but it's not like a vanilla wood. It's more like a cedary, like I just shaved some mahogany kind of, you know, essence. Dark. And then dense rich fruit. Boysenberry and blueberry.
Now, what's the blend on this?
It's a 50-50 Cab Merlot.
Excellent. Nice little tan on the back palate there. Good structure to it, and fun wine to lay down.
Yeah. Boy, this is a beautiful, beautiful example of what Bordeaux has done with this technology. You know, 20, 30 years ago, a lot of wineries did not produce second labels.
Right.
And here we are drinking something that would have been first growth quality 20, 30 years ago. And we're not paying the first growth price on it, or the second growth price on it.
Yeah, how much is this?
Let's see, it is suggested is $40 a bottle. It's $33.99 on your case purchase. This would be very nice to just take 6 or 12 bottles of this thing and just kind of throw it in your wine locker, if you have one, or hide it someplace and just let it evolve for
hide it from the wife.
15 years. Yeah.
In the closet underneath the shoes. What's that?
Yeah,
Don't worry about that, honey.
I used to always get this thing. You bought what? You spent how much on what? And then 2 years later, you're drinking it. How come we don't have any more of this?
There's got to be a saying for that.
Yeah, you just got to go and do it and hide it,
maybe,
or whatever. Make amends with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a beautiful bottle of wine.
I think so. Every time I smell Pauillac or Bordeaux, I always get those nice little hints of herbaceousness in the nose with the fruit integrated. You know, it kind of brings me to that land. And every time I smell that, I think of the same thing: cooking with those kind of herbs. You know, you do something like a lamb or anything like that with some thyme or sage. And,
yeah, that sounds lovely. Really lovely. Well, I almost don't want to let this one go. I kind of want to stay here for another minute or two.
I know, it's
great. I don't want to bore everybody, but this is really exciting me. I think it's great.
Tannins on the back palate, great color to it. But like you said, I think you can drink it now or lay it down.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about the Californication of these wines coming from Bordeaux. It gives you a little bit more options, because before, when you were talking about 10 years ago, you'd have to lay it down. You'd drink it and it would just be this very tannic, and you could tell just tight and barreled up, and then 10 years later to show. This is ready to go today, tomorrow, next week, or if your wife doesn't find it in a couple of years.
Did you say Californication?
Yeah, I did. Too much red hot chili peppers. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. It's an official wine.
Okay, we got it. Cheers.
Cheers.